It's time for Did You Watch It?
How does this show work? We watch what we like, we talk about what we watched, and maybe you'll like what you hear. I'm Liz.
I'm Isabelle. Last night, we watched episode 4 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 5. The show aired on Tuesday, December 9th, 2014. Here's what we thought.
So, can you believe this is episode 4 already? Like, I can't even believe that.
It actually feels like it's longer than that.
Really?
Don't they always... Well, no, I mean, not longer in a bad way. It just feels that, I thought we were like week 6 or something. And then I had to look back at that. It's only week 4.
It feels like we're way into the season because of all the stuff we've covered, right?
Exactly. There's all these different groups. They show different vignettes. Yeah. And they've already started traveling now.
They've done the flashbacks already. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start, I have to say this because it cracks me up, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves.
What is it?
Kim invites Kyle over when everybody at her house is sicker than a dog. It's like, and she's going on this major trip. Who does that?
Kim, well, I think we've already established the fact that Kim is a little crazy.
She marches to the beat of her own drummer. Exactly.
Yes, I think that's the best way to describe it. Crazy is not always the good word. But
it is sometimes. But
it is.
Not in this case.
And in this case, yeah, I think because she just tends to be a little on the flighty side.
A little?
Okay, a lot. So
come on, Izzy. This is Kim.
Yeah.
I love turtles.
I know. I love her, and I love her zaniness, and the fact that she's just so genuine. But
I know, and I want to hug her half the time. So I get it. I get it.
I would have been pissed too if I was Kyle, thinking I'm going on a nice vacation. I'm looking forward to getting out of town, and everybody's sick.
And this is a huge trip. Like, they're going on their first real yacht, which we get to see later, which is awesome. But the whole thing, it just made me so mad because, if you sneeze around me, I'll get sick, typically. And so I get it. People will be, shaking your hand and giving you a big hug. And then 5 minutes later, they go, oh, I've had the stomach flu for 9 days. And you're thinking, dude, did you just shake my hand? What is up with that?
I know.
Okay.
And I thought it was even crazy that Kyle went into the room of one of her nieces who, it was just like, why would you even go in the room?
I know. Don't even go in the room. They've been puking their guts out for I don't know how many days. Like, please, just pass. Write a letter.
Well,
Make
maybe
a phone
they weren't
call.
Really contagious. Maybe everyone was just kind of over the sick germs, but
I don't know.
Whatever.
They looked pretty sick to me. I'm sorry.
I would have stayed outside. Like, you come outside,
right?
And you show me your dress.
Exactly. Just hold it outside of the room. Keep the rest of you inside behind the door.
Oh, well, or even just like, the front windows. Just open the blinds or the curtains or whatever you got going on over there and just kind of model it over there, and I'll stand at the window on the other side. I think
we've established there's 1,000,001 ways she could have done it other than the way she did it. We find out in this episode that Brandi has a podcast.
Yes.
Did you know about this?
I vaguely remember it. I just didn't know if it was still going on. And I know she's made mention of it, but with everything else that she's got going on, a book, a podcast, this, that, I completely forgot.
Yeah. It's kind of Brandi Uncensored, which is Brandi all the time.
What did they say? They called it Brandi Glanville Unfiltered.
Yeah. I mean, come on. When is she filtered?
Not very often.
At all. Exactly. I love her. The girl, I just want to help her. I want to give her a sandwich. Just like anybody else, because I feel like she's got to be 90 pounds. But at the same time, she's trying to make the best of what she's going through, and she's kind of risen above it all, and she's got all these things going on for her. She's a beautiful girl. She needs to stop with the face. What is she doing?
Oh, with like the whatever. She's probably doing a lot of Botox.
Okay, is that it? Because she looks freakish. What's happening?
I'm sure a lot of it is Botox. Granted, I'm not a surgeon. I don't know enough about this stuff, but
I'm just
she's
saying,
probably going for peels and stuff like that, but I think it's the Botox.
But she's a beautiful girl. She doesn't need to do any of that. Just leave it alone and, put some
sunscreen and a hat.
Exactly.
Sunscreen and a hat. That's what I do during the summer. Sunscreen and a hat.
Oh my gosh.
Shall I say it one more time?
Yes.
Sunscreen and a hat.
One more time. And we're done.
Sunscreen and a hat.
No, we're done. We get to see Majorca.
Isn't it beautiful?
Gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
I want to go. Let's count down to when we can go.
Yes, I was thinking the exact same thing. As soon as they were showing the city and the water and just the architecture and everything, I thought, Liz,
and the homes and the beautiful water and yeah. So when they show up on the yacht, though, I must say I was kind of wondering if the below deck crew was going to be there, to be quite honest.
I was trying to think of the name of that show, and I watched a few episodes this summer.
I love that show.
What are those people?
Oh,
the crazy
it's so
ones?
good. It's so good. It's so bad, and it's so good. But I halfway expected.
Well, if they had gone to the Caribbean, I think they would have seen the half below deck people.
Yeah, that's true.
But they were speaking to a bunch of posh English.
Exactly.
Well, not posh, but
well,
you know the accents more than I do.
Yeah.
So
I was too worried about Portia's fake nails and makeup.
she was cracking me up, though. I'm
Okay.
sure because she has older sisters, she's going to get into the makeup and the fake nails, and her sisters will like to play dress up with
nails
her.
on a 6-year-old? Come on.
I could barely tell. They were probably those short ones, right?
All right, you would know this because
Yeah.
you're a big kid person. Me, not so much.
Well, I remember the nail polish, but I was a little bit older than Portia. I was probably about 9 or 10 when I was like
this
starting to
is
get into nail polish. So she's younger.
Yeah.
I think it's because she has older sisters. She's the youngest in the family, and it's a bunch of girls.
Well, this episode was fraught with just really weird things like that. We have Portia with her fake nails. Fake nasals? Fake. We have Portia with her fake nails. And then cut to Jiggy doing his wardrobe fitting.
Okay, that was insane. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
I had to laugh about Portia while she's waiting for everyone to get their luggage and get down and out of the house and the whole bit. And what did she say? Something along the lines of "Welcome to my world." I was dying.
Did she really? I
She
totally
said
missed
something
that.
because she was laying on the luggage like, "Oh, will these people get here? I'm the only one waiting.
Welcome to my world."
Welcome to what I'm sure, like I said, all these kids, they always hear it from somewhere else.
Oh, the sweet life of Portia. Why would she ask Mauricio if he knew what the weather was going to be like when they landed? Did you hear that when Kyle was talking to him? What man do you know would go and look and see what the weather is going to be like to the place that you're going to be traveling? I know that's a rash generalization, but we've seen Mauricio, right? When they're together, she asks him stuff and he's always like, I don't know. I mean, didn't you check it out? I don't know. What's going on?
It's like Kana's kind of take charge sometimes, but not always.
Yeah.
Like I didn't catch the weather thing. Maybe I heard it, but I wasn't really paying attention to it.
There was so much going on.
I think sometimes she'll ask inane questions, but
exactly.
they've got
and
phones.
he's kind of going.
They can access their apps, right?
Yes.
I mean, I don't.
But did you hear it when she said, oh, I think he said, hey. And she's like, don't hey me. You know what happens when you hey me.
That was when they were getting ready.
I
before
know.
They even
I'm
left,
thinking of all this. I'm flashing back. I'm sorry. I tend to do that.
Well, they obviously did not fly private for this because that would have cost a big chunk of change.
I know. And we didn't see that either. We just saw the long limo.
To get them to the airport as they were rushing to get in the car. Like, we've got 2 hours.
I know.
Oh, and then I like that Yolanda met up with them after she did her own trip with her hubby.
Yes.
And they had a much bigger yacht, too.
They did. But they show pics of Yolanda and David's vacation before she got there, which I thought was really cute. I'm sorry, but I did. They're all lovey. They're like a couple. She's talking about how great they are. And
they are disgustingly cute.
They are. Him, not so much. Them, absolutely.
You're so bad.
I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
I'm sure if you got to know David,
sure,
you would fall in love with him.
Well,
but
I love
they're cute as a couple. I like them,
and I like the David from this season more so than his first season. I think he didn't know how to kind of shield himself from the reality of the cameras, and now I think he's kind of learned, hey, I need to not come off like such a chump.
Well, and the good thing is he's already so busy with work, so he's not around the whole time.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
he's
true.
jetting off over here and over there and doing whatever he needs to do. So we'll see him occasionally, but not all the time, thankfully.
Yeah.
And he's probably thankful, too. He's like, I don't have to deal with all these random people.
Random people singing when I'm playing. Stop that!
Exactly.
Stop singing! On to bigger and better things. We get to see Eileen. And did you know her husband was Vince Van Patten?
No.
Oh, I hate this. I hate when we get to parts where I can tell that you're incredibly many years younger than I am because you
Not
don't
by that
know
much.
these references that we make to Vince Van Patten. He was hotter than hot back in the day.
So he was like better than Leif Garrett.
I was going to say he gave Leif Garrett a run for his money.
Okay.
So Vince Van Patten was kind of a little more mature than Leif. Leif was a little more Tiger Beat. Vince Van Patten was kind of a little older.
Okay.
Then he went through that tennis pro stage with the short white shorts and the whole bit.
Well, they all wore the short white shorts back then.
Yes, interesting.
And they probably still do. But, no, that was funny to see her and her husband's interaction.
Right?
They were crazy. And he said something along the lines like, oh, we fight all the time, but most couples do that. Or something to that.
She said, don't all couples bicker. And I thought,
yes.
No, not all couples.
Well, no, they don't. But they kind of bicker more of like, I took it as kind of joking. Like, sure, they get on each other's nerves, but they're having fun with it.
I kind of don't get it.
Yeah.
Why do we want to bicker and be mean to each other when we loved each other madly at one point? That's a whole nother discussion. Let's move on.
Well, hey, I was laughing when she was giving the background on, you know, her husband. She says she's on Vince is her third husband, right?
Yeah.
So, and, you know, just the fact they have their kids together and then he had some kids from another night and all this other stuff.
Blended family.
But she said something, but no, that was interesting. And she had the humor when she said it, of course. But I was laughing when she said, I'm the next Jaja.
Yeah. I mean, what's the average shelf life for a marriage in Beverly Hills typically? I mean, I know multiple marriage is the thing. That's how they came up with the whole term starter wife, you know? I mean, I get it. Yes. So I think 3 is about average, usually, typically, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I think she said one was really short. Like,
yeah, 6 months, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. Yes, she said it doesn't count.
I love it. And we see the 2 Lisas together in this episode, which again, with Lisa Rinna and the scan, what is happening with that?
Well, hasn't she always had that skin about her?
No, the scan where she looks you up and down and just like has to take off her shades to like give you
I'm sorry, we had talked about skin before, and I was like, what are you talking about? Scan. No, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that, I swear.
It's starting to kind of bug me.
Time. Is it?
Stop it.
Maybe it's just her thing because she wants to look at the whole outfit and then either make some sort of comment about the shoes or the belts or something.
It just seems too critiquey to me. Just let her be. She looks great. Let's move on. Okay.
Well, they both look great, and I didn't realize that they had known each other. The 2 Lisas had known each other for 20 years.
Forever. That's what she says. She's known her forever. Yeah. But I loved it when Lisa Rinna said, until someone stabs me in the back, I will use my own experience to make my own determinations. Which comes in handy.
Yeah.
It totally comes in handy when you're talking to Lisa Vanderpump because she's going to tell you some stuff about the other ladies, typically.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to defend Lisa. Yeah, I'm going to defend Vanderpump here because she did say I've had some issues with the ladies, but that she just granted the editing, we don't know how much she said, but she just kind of looked at that like, I've had my issues.
Yeah.
Done, you know?
Yeah. And you know she has. Which.
No, it's true.
Yeah. And half of these couples, like seeing Yolanda and Kyle on vacation together last season at the finale, you never would have known that. Right?
No, I don't even remember why they were upset with each other.
Well, I don't know. One person thought the other person was lying about something. I don't remember what it was specifically.
Oh.
You know.
It probably had to do with whatever beef they had with Lisa, or that Kyle had with Lisa Vanderpump. And,
no, all I remember is
after a while you just don't care.
Kim just saying, Yolanda, Yolanda, You're lying, Yolanda! With that finger. Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember what it was
and
about.
that is when she is defensive, and I think when she's wrong and she's just trying to make her point, so she has to.
Oh my gosh!
use
Put
her hand.
the finger away.
I don't know if you were laughing when the two Lisas went to do some shopping because Vanderpump is getting some sort of honor in Palm Springs, and they're like, we need to find some dresses. So
yes,
they were fun to
laughing.
watch.
They were.
Didn't Lisa Vanderpump say something? It's going to be 110 degrees, like I'm going to wear a thong or something.
Yeah. Now that I would pay money to see. She's so prim and proper. Like, I can't imagine her even in a bathing suit. You know, she would have her bathing suit, but this huge cover up and big hat and all this stuff.
Exactly.
I can't imagine her, taking a fashion risk like that.
Probably not, because she is Lisa Vanderpump and she's the epitome of class.
Of course. And if she had one, she would have Vanderpump rhinestoned across the back.
Probably on her butt cheeks.
Well, if it's a thong, there are no cheeks, but yeah.
Yeah, she'd have them on the butt cheeks like, Vander.
Oh,
Pump,
Vanderpump. I get it.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Brandi and her 6-figure car.
Oh, she got a Range Rover or something?
Yeah, it was gorgeous, though. But I loved what she said when she said it was her first car she got without her dad co-signing.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
I thought that was so sweet. I'm like, yay, Brandi. You're making it happen.
It's about time. Or, first time for everything, I guess.
No, I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. She's making her own money, and I loved it when she said, I'm just excited to pick up my kids at Eddie's house. Right? Oh, she's funny.
I didn't realize that Range Rovers would go for that much, but I guess by the time you get the rims and the interior and then all this other
she probably got the
extra
luxury package.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, totally.
She can afford the car. She went out and bought it, and I think it's probably hers now, right? She doesn't have to make any payments on it.
She paid cash.
So
love it.
Yolanda's on the trip with Kyle after she's gone to visit. She went to visit her mom for a little bit in Amsterdam and all that issue. Well, it was interesting to hear more about Yolanda's background. We find out that she lost her dad in a car accident when she was 7 years old.
I know. Wasn't that sad to hear? It kind of...
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either. But it kind of gave you a little insight into her. She's such a nurturing person, right? When you see her with everybody, and she's just got that real caregiver side, and she wants to take care of everyone. And I bet you that's what she had to do when she was younger. She was 7 and lost the only male figure she had in her life. So it was sad, but I respect her more and more. The more I get to know her,
absolutely.
Yeah, I have more respect for her.
Oh, I would love to meet her in person. I'm sure she would be amazing.
Oh, please. When are we going? Where can we go? Where can we meet
Let's
her?
Go find her. Hello, Yolanda.
David Foster. We need another horsey.
Well, of course, after all of this information, she gets a phone call, basically. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh my God, it's her mom. Something's happened to her mom. But it turns out it's that David, her husband, gives her a call, and apparently Bella got a DUI.
Yes.
Of course, Yolanda would be sick to her stomach.
Oh,
and
totally.
And disappointed in Bella.
Totally. I'm sorry. I know a DUI is terrible, especially for someone who's underage, but at the same time, I just was dreading the fact that somebody had passed away. Seriously?
Oh, I know. Me too. But nothing worse happened, and, she'll be able to, kind of regain her
hopefully learn
and stuff
from
like that
it
at some point.
Yeah, learn from it and don't turn into a Lindsay Lohan or a Paris Hilton.
Well, she's got some good parents behind her. That's why. Lindsay Lohan does not have that.
But
nor
so sad
ever had that.
when Yolanda was crying. It just, I shed a tear. I'll admit it.
Oh, did you?
I did.
I felt bad. I was just like, oh no.
I know. It's just, I know that Yolanda and Kyle are bonding over the whole kids thing.
Going away to college and all that stuff,
I think it's really hitting Kyle because she's already got one that's gone and now another's going. Things are changing.
Yeah, and she realized that in a few more years it's just going to be Portia in the house.
Yeah. From the first season when we met everybody and just seeing the years go by and everybody's kids are growing up and moving away and doing other things. It's kind of neat to see just the circle of life, everything.
Yeah, no, it's true. And it's one of those things where it helps remind you that you forget, wait, how much time has passed? They started this show how many years ago?
When you see the kids.
And you just think the kids are kind of in their little bubble. But then you realize, oh, wait, no, they're actual human beings and they are going to grow up. They're going to go to college or do whatever it is that they do.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we still have to work on how to get the yacht vacation.
Yes.
Right?
I think we should brainstorm. Yeah, we should brainstorm. Come up with some
Travelocity.
ideas.
I don't know.
Or we just need to meet some rich men, or just save a ton of money, or win the lottery. A combination of everything.
I'll take lottery out of those choices.
Okay. Yes, that's a good, because then you and I can go and do whatever. Maybe we can find somebody to take with us, right? You and I
Sure.
each find.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
We don't want to hog that all to ourselves, please.
No.
All right, we'll take Neil and Dr. J with us anyway.
Well, yeah, they are obviously coming along.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
That's our time for today. You can follow us on Twitter at @did_watch it. You can also find us at iTunes. Let us know what you think. Thank you for listening.